San Antonio Spurs come in for this one. We're at the Verizon Center where the Wizards will try to turn it up on their home floor. Buckle yourselves in, everybody. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, and here with me tonight, Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke reporting from the sideline.
And those are the first points of the game.
Nice hoop to get the scoring started there.
And the thing about Bradley Beal, when he suits up, the entire lineup becomes exponentially more potent. Quick, powerful athlete, Greg, high basketball IQ, had the great teaching at Florida, carries it to the NBA. Opponents have to account for him, I think, on both ends of the floor.
And that's a great point, Kevin. I mean, coming out of college, a lot of people compared him to Ray Allen. I mean, he possesses that next level smoothness and body control that's often indicative of a true difference maker.
And the starting group for the Spurs. Defensive-minded Green and Leonard are the wings. Duncan out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Parker in at the one spot. Aldridge, good.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
San Antonio on defense.
And, going back to Bradley Beal, the bottom line is he's a winner. Last year, the Wizards went 8-9 with Beal out of the lineup. Hard to argue with those facts and numbers.
Good.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
And the Wizards with possession. 4-point game. All with it. Leonard picks him up. Porter against Parker. And that one's good by Porter.
And when you talk about Bradley Beal, it's not just having him in the lineup that matters. It's having him at his best. When he's at 100% health, there are very few guards in the league who can keep up with him. Truly one of the game's great young talents.
And here's Leonard from three.
Well, they finally miss on their fourth shot of the game. That's a good way to start things off.
Wall dishes to Morris. Passes to Porter. Rebounded by the Spurs.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
Parker kicks to Aldridge. To the inside. It's stolen by Morris. In transition, here come the Wizards. Here's Wall. Dishes to Gortat. Feeds it to Beal. The kick out to Wall. Again, the miss by Wall.
Not good shot selection. Long range and a defender all up in your jersey.
And, that's just the kind of defensive work he's known for. I mean, he can take that shot away from you and does it more times than not.
Marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
And that is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
You're exactly right. I mean, so often when a team gets that kind of explosive play out of its backcourt, that can really rally and galvanize the whole squad.
Huge height advantage there, but because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
Agreed. The body control essential in that situation. I mean, if you're giving up a bunch of height, then you better be able to manufacture things in the air. I tell you what, the post play has been rock solid right off the bat.
It really has, and they've created a lot of high percentage shots in the paint here already.
Now here's Parker. Tries again. Aldridge can't get it to go.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Here's Wall, and stolen by Aldridge. Left side, Leonard. Cannot hit. And Washington the other way now. And here's the fast break. Beal leading the way. And Morris throws it down.
And he is the ultimate when it comes to being a floor leader on the offensive end.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of Greg Anthony in it. And he has been that leader today. I think he's done a really nice job of moving the ball and distributing it the way it needs to be done.
Well, Clark, I'm glad you referenced specifically why you thought he had a little Greg Anthony. I thought you were talking about the knees, man. He looked a little hobbled out there for a moment.
And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line. It's going to be Beal shooting. That's on LaMarcus Aldridge. And a new group getting ready to come in for Washington. Nene, he's checked in for Gortat. Dudley comes in for Markieff Morris. Marcus Thornton, he's checked in for Porter. And Sessions subbed in for John Wall.
And you really got to admire Boris Diaw. I mean, he's found a way to kind of reform his game as he's gotten older. I mean, so different than when he was new to the league.
Garrett Temple has checked in for Bradley Beal. Diaw lost his athleticism and is a slower player than before. You could argue he's more productive now, though, Clark, than ever.
Well, his game was always on the ground in my mind. He's highly skilled. He's much more cerebral on the floor than given credit. I mean, I think he is really a difficult matchup because he's crafty, he's tough, and he's experienced and skilled.
Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
Yeah, but neither team really able to jump ahead.
Yeah, it reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
And the shot is good.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
Dudley the pass to Sessions. And the shot no good, a bit short.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Mills can't hit.
Excellent. Really solid job, actually, by the defense to get in his way as he was going up for that one.
For San Antonio, they've gone 7 of 13, just over 50% from the floor. Some good looks. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
And the Spurs making a change here. Ginobili's checked in. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. It's offline from half court. Now here's Mills. He's covered by Sessions. Ramon Sessions with the steal. San Antonio with the rebound. Ahead. And Kevin Martin the bucket on the assist by Ginobili.
And another lead change here. How many of these are we going to have tonight?
I'm not quite sure, but I'm willing to bet it'll be more than a few.
Well, it's been a high-scoring competitive game through the first quarter of play. It's San Antonio. They lead by a bucket. And an exciting young backcourt in Washington with John Wall and Bradley Beal. Wall said that... You think John Wall's hungry for a championship in D.C.?
Yeah, I would certainly think. Well, not really. I've seen that dude eat exactly the way John described it. It is an unbelievable sight to behold. You literally cannot comprehend how anybody could scarf up that much food and still hoop.
Tony Parker for 3.
And we welcome you back to more NBA action. Players looking hydrated and plenty of Gatorade to help them get their job done tonight. And taking a look at San Antonio's performance here. What do you think they've been doing or not doing?
Really, it's always a positive when you can get some impact off your bench.
Always nice to have firepower coming from the reserves. And they've had firepower and then some so far.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. So on the floor for Washington, Gortat is out there with Jared Dudley. Then it's Thornton. Then it's Otto Porter Jr. And it's Wall in at the point. Last season, Clark, the Spurs kept on winning as usual. They passed the Lakers, in fact, for the best winning percentage all time for a franchise.
Well, some of that has to do with the struggles the Lakers had last season, but more of it is credit to the Spurs. Consistency and high-quality play has been who they are and have been for 2 decades.
And some very quick points for him on that possession.
He presents a defender with a serious challenge, always.
And for the last 3 seasons, what a talented young backcourt John Wall and Bradley Beal have become. Wall drafted 1st overall, Beal 3rd in different drafts. A little lottery luck, if you will, and great scouting of these two.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. Well, Clark getting back to Wall and Beal, they really complemented each other perfectly over the last 3 seasons.
Yeah, you look at some of the great backcourts of any age over that time, and Wall and Beal right there with them. And it's good to be so young and talented, that's for sure.
Morris is checked in for Washington. Bradley Beal comes in for Marcus Thornton. Morris kicks to Wall. A 3-ball. No good. Now San Antonio takes it the other way.
And you know what? He's just not on his game. No doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
This looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
I don't know. There might be more defense in the warm-ups. Right now, these are just shooting game shots.
And we've all seen how dominant Bradley Beal can be. The 3rd overall pick in the 2012 draft. He's already had a solid young career, but still plenty of room to grow.
Talking about Bradley Beal's potential, it's not just the shooting, it's also the passing, and you really don't think of him as a passer, but for such a young two-guy, he's extremely unselfish, averaged over 3 assists a game over the past 2 years.
And the true stars of our game feature versatility. And here's a guy that has also tremendous upside as a rebounder. I mean, how about getting 7 boards almost a game the 1 year he was in college? So he understands the importance of impacting other areas. I mean, last season he had his highest steals average of his career, and everything's upside with this young man. The sky's the limit.
Excellent play.
No hesitation when he saw the space the D was giving him. That's 2.
And Wall kicks to Porter. Here's Gortat, and that one is hammered home.
And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Clark, maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
It could be, Kevin. I mean, a dunk like that can sometimes get an opponent reeling.
Wall dishes to Beal. Morris right side. It's hauled in by Ginobili. San Antonio leading by 9. Spurs passing it around. Anderson kicks to Martin. Gortat with the block. And here we go. The Wizards fast break. Porter, no luck.
And that's playing into the hands of the defense right there.
No way you can sneak that shot by him, Greg. I mean, he was all on top of that one.
Right wing. To the middle. It's deflected. Porter with the steal. And here we go with Morris. Running it up the court. Good. 6 points here for Beal.
Tell you what, that was all made possible by the heads-up defense at the other end.
And I love that as soon as they get their hands on the basketball, they immediately get out in transition. Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
The feed now to Morris. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
Here's what Washington's going with right now. Nene, he's checked in for Gortat. Temple comes in for Porter. And Sessions subbed in for John Wall. David West, he's checked in for San Antonio. DL comes in for Leonard.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
Goes up and finished off by Martin.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there. And guys, one thing that was obvious to me, last year the Wizards really matured as a team. I mean, they played as if they expected to win instead of a group kind of coming into their own. I thought they just showed a lot more composure and maturity on the court.
Washington making some changes. Dudley comes in for Morris, and it's Thornton in for Bradley Beal. San Antonio also making some changes. Marcus Aldridge is checked in for Anderson. Green comes in for Kevin Martin. And Tony Parker subbed in for Patty Mills. As you said, the Wizards did look more mature last year on the floor with their play. They made sure to add veterans to achieve that.
And not just any veteran, but a future Hall of Famer in Paul Pierce. I mean, his presence on the team, I think, really is what propelled them to achieve new heights. And it also went beyond just Paul Pierce. That roster had a combined 490 playoff games. And that playoff veteran leadership, I felt, really helped this young core to grow.
Temple the pass to Dudley. It's rebounded by West.
They've done their part here to run down a lot of missed shots. A solid rebounding effort.
Yeah, energy has been the difference, and they're fighting for every loose ball and giving as good as they get on the inside.
No one near Sessions as he lets it fly. That doesn't go in either for Sessions.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
Back to Parker. The dish to Green. Fires the three. And Diaw gets it to go. The assist by West. And it's an 11-point San Antonio lead. And that does it for the first half of play. Spurs lead by 11. And now let's catch up.
Well, David, a great first.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and a pretty close game for the Spurs throughout the first quarter. At the end of the period, they held a 2-point lead. That does it for halftime as the game is just about set to get going again.
We're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. You look at Tony Parker. What a contribution.
How about the magic touch he had on display there in that first half in terms of finding his teammates? Just a plethora. Of assists.
Plethora, you're going deep into that dictionary of yours, man. It's not a common occurrence with this guy, though. Typically, he's more of a finisher, but that's not been the case in this one.
On the floor for San Antonio, the always reliable Parker and Green in the backcourt. Aldridge out there with Duncan, and it's Leonard in at the three, the small forward. And it's Parker in the corner. Over Wall. They shoot again. No good.
Oh, excellent interior D to force the miss.
His defensive ability is a big factor. I mean, there's no denying that.
And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession. And for Marcin Gortat, he was such a good fit for the Wizards last season. Actually, the last 2 seasons.
You know, he runs the floor very well for his size. A terrific finisher, solid in the pick and roll, can make the mid-range. You know, he's been one of the more consistent centers in our league.
Wall attacking. And it's good from the elbow. Wall's got 6 points.
Looked like he was channeling Bob Cousy right there. Since when does he take guys off the dribble like that?
Parker dishes to Duncan. Outside Leonard. It's deflected. Porter with the steal. Here's Beal. He's got 6. Wall wide open. Drops in the tray. Wall's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Wizards. Parker with a clean look. And it's Parker again missing.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him. And it doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes it.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch and how he attacks the rim at full speed like that, man. It's something to behold the way that guy gets to the rim.
And that one's good by Porter.
Everything working for him out of the half as they've hit 4 of their first 5 shots.
Parker with it. He's picked up by Wall. Green kicks to Duncan for the 3. San Antonio again missing. Some firepower, Clark, from this offense.
Yeah, Kevin, how about the air of confidence? I mean, they really look like they believe in what they're doing.
Yeah, they got a nice groove going right now offensively.
And here's the break. Leonard, that's for 2. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. It's Wall with the drop. Again, the Wizards score.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passes. And it's just hard to imagine the Spurs without Coach Popovich on the sidelines. He's the longest tenured coach in the NBA and has done so much for this team. Easily one of the best coaches in the history of our league.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Anderson, he's checked in for Leonard. Martin comes in for Green, and it's Mills in for Tony Parker. Here's Anderson, and the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. So for the Wizards, Nene, he's checked in for Gortat. Dudley comes in for Markieff Morris, and it's Thornton in for Beal. The Spurs also changing it up. West comes in for Tim Duncan, and it's Ginobili in for LaMarcus Aldridge. And Greg, you know, for Popovich being with the Spurs for so long, since 1996, Clark, he is actually the longest tenured coach in all of sports right now.
Amazing, Kevin, and he's done it through winning. I mean, the third fastest coach ever to get to 1,000 wins. You compare his numbers with any coach in any sport, and they stack up as Hall of Fame caliber.
Dudley, no luck. Spurs leading by 5. Shoots the 3. Ginobili misses.
And he has slipped into a funk, Clark. You can see the confidence is shaken.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, he's very much deflated. The basket looks a lot smaller to him at this point, and the only way you can get out of it is to work yourself out of it.
Knocks down the 3 ball.
Kid, you ready?
Ginobili's got 9.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They've got to get more intense.
Here's Wall. Offensive rebound. Outside for Thornton. Back to Wall. He feeds it to Thornton. Porter passes to Dudley. On its way from Thornton for 2. And it comes off the rim with a high bounce.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those boards.
Clark, it wouldn't hurt. Some extra possessions would definitely help narrow the gap and maybe swing the momentum.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
Tries to save it.
And guys, the wheels really fell off of Marcus Thornton's game last year. This was a deadly shooter who averaged over 21 points a game only a few seasons ago. But last season, under double figures at 9 per contest.
On the topic of Thornton, Greg, last season he wasn't all bad. He did hit career high 42% of his threes. Clark, the problem is he didn't provide anything else.
Yeah, he's an Allen wrench. He's a specialist. I mean, he's never been a great playmaker, rebounder, or defender. His money is made with his jump shot.
Here's what Washington's going with right now. Garrett Temple has checked in for Otto Porter Jr. and Sessions subbed in for John Wall. West outside. Ginobili against Thornton. Pass to Mills. Spurs passing it around. There's the pass to Sessions. There's the 3. Rebound San Antonio.
And with the time left, they still can go 2 for 1.
Boy, they got to do it fast. They must hurry from here.
I still can't believe that one didn't fall.
Kicks it to Temple. Here's the 3. That falls. Great assist by Ramon Sessions. And now just a 5-point Spurs lead. Ginobili outside. Pass to Anderson. Puts up a 3. Rebounded by Dudley.
You got to be careful, though. There's a real balancing act. You can't let your ego try to run your offense. You could see he really wanted to answer that made 3 with one of his own. Not the best decision.
Get ready for your Wizard Girls.
Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the 4th quarter. A terrific game so far. Wizards trail by 3. We've got Markieff Morris. Sessions out there with Bradley Beal. Then it's Gortat, and it's Dudley in at small forward. That's the 5 on the 4 for the Wizards.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was one step late that time, Greg.
San Antonio on defense. Morris with the bucket.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. Tremendous communication and awareness.
And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more. It's going to be Aldridge shooting. That's on Marcin Gortat. And for LaMarcus Aldridge, always praised for his terrific shooting, his rebounding, as we know, Greg, has always been fantastic. Over the past 2 seasons, he's averaged double-digit boards.
And that's why so many teams wanted him in this last free agency period. His ability to put points on the board as well as clean the boards. What a deadly combination.
The three from Dudley. That one goes. Dudley's got 5 points now in the quarter. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for Washington.
You know, block shots, guys, a clear indicator on the stat sheet of their excellent defense. I mean, leaving them no room to get off any shots.
And also the ball hockey, the way they've come up with the steals, the way they've harassed the ball handler all day, forcing mistakes. They've really done a nice job of taking advantage.
You know, on the topic of Aldridge's rebounding, I mean, he doesn't do it by banging people around. He does it with positioning, timing, and length. And you can say that about most of his game. Quietly, effective, and impactful.
And guys, going back to Aldridge, last season was a difficult one for him. He had the torn ligament in his left thumb, but still fought through it to become the Blazers' all-time leader in rebound.
And Washington making a change here. Porter's checked in. Here's Beal. And good, coming off the assist by Wall. Beal's got the lead up to 2 now for Washington.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Wall dishes to Gortat. Out to Morris. The 3. It's rebounded by Leonard. Leonard's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Got a piece of it. Passes to Aldridge. And he throws it down hard with one hand.
Rising high to throw that one down.
Sky high. Fantastic one-hand jam.
Nice way there, guys, to finish up that possession.
It's Wall with the drive. Parker with the steal. Launches it. And again, it's the Spurs from deep. And look at how the hustle game has been going for San Antonio.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
Yeah, but they've also done a great job of playing in space, getting out in transition every opportunity.
Wizards have gone 5 of 6 in the field to start the 4th quarter on a roll. And Wall kicks to Morris. Another one falls for Washington.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Dishes it to Leonard. Back to Green. Clock at 6. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Green's got the game tied up here for the Spurs.
That's a brain freeze right there from the entire defense. Now is not the time to lose your focus.
Washington calls timeout.
You know what? I think he thinks he can make a few improvements to how things are going on right now.
Yeah, and you know, coaches always are looking for ways to tweak things and change it up a little bit, no matter what the situation is. That's what coaches do.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Hi, Kevin. Randy Whitman was just going over the plan with his team. He tried to really fire them up to bring it home, saying, all night, you have all night to rest after the final buzzer. For now, we have to lay it on the line and try to bring it home. Guys, back to you.
Ginobili, that's for 2. Shot is off, and it's Washington the other way. Beal from long range does not get it. 3rd miss. He's made 4 from the field. The tray, and there's Ginobili. That's good on the assist by Anderson. That's 12 points for Ginobili.
He's putting on a commanding performance here. He's hit 2 3-pointers in each half now.
West with the steal. One-on-one here. D2 from Anderson. Bullseye. And the Spurs lead by 2. Washington's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc since the final quarter's gotten underway. And that one's good by Gortat.
That's a good shot for him there, but it's kind of puzzling to me that he's not calling for the ball today like he usually does. He has to do more if they're going to pull ahead.
And here's Anderson for 3. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
I think they're trying to go for the kill here. I mean, they're starting to take a lot more three-point shots than they had been before, looking to run away.
And as long as you keep getting quality looks, the coaches should have no complaints. Play with confidence.
Ginobili with the three. Washington with the rebound. Porter's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. And that one's good. And that's now 19 points for Wall.
This is a fantastic performance in this half. He didn't play as well in the first, but you just know with this guy, he's always ready to turn it around. They're getting a bunch of their points outside of the paint. 3 of their last 5 buckets are from three-point range.
The defense is just not closing out quick enough.
Hope they get it back. Beal the pass to Morris. It's Porter outside. It's rebounded by West.
You know, the ill-advised threes isn't how you want to close the gap. They've got to have better shot selection.
Releases. And he overshot that one, missing.
The right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
Beal can't get it to go.
Those are chances. Almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
That shot wide open. And it's a 7-point Spurs lead.
And with that basket, you'd have to think this lead is secure.
I'm almost ready to go there with you, partner. Not quite. I'm hanging around at that 98% mark, so it's just about done, but I need a little more evidence to close the book on it. Very nice pickup of the offensive rebound, and once he gets his hands on it, you know it's going back up and back in.
It's not winning basketball when you're attempting shots like that.
Yeah, come on now. You got to remember it's a team game. He's got 4 teammates out there with him. I don't think he needs to try to do it all by himself like that.
Gortat dishes to Porter. Will it go? That is good.
Otto Porter.
From deep. Off target with that shot. And so it's San Antonio with the win. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was, but that didn't seem to bother him. I mean, road team, home.
David, obviously a very...
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaq and the Jet as we present our Jordan Player of the Game, Manu Ginobili. He put up a new season high tonight. And if he keeps shooting like he did tonight before the season's over, he might top it. A big key to his team's victory here.
One thing that stood out to me was his contribution from deep. We know he can hit the 3 ball, but we saw him do a lot more damage than normal. And that really opened up the game.
There's a reason.
And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for this.